What's going on, guys? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and I think you'll all join me in saying what a massively disappointing result that is for Arsenal this evening. Arsenal 2, Swansea 2. It was a game we had to win. What have we done? We've gone and drawn it. This result, in my opinion, is just as bad as a loss. This is such a disappointing result to get at home in a game where it was crucial that in order to mount this title push yet again, to get some kind of form together after that horrific loss to Chelsea, it was crucial. We had to be claiming 3 points and putting in a decent performance. And in my opinion, we've done neither of those things. The game was always one that was there for the taking. Swansea, under Gary Monk, they're not playing particularly good football. I thought they played excellently tonight. With all due respect to them, I think we made them look good in some aspects. But to be fair, they really did merit their point in this game. Bonnie was exceptional throughout the whole 90 minutes. At times, maybe you could say that they even deserved the 3 points because we were that poor in stages throughout the game. Now, how do we go on to win this? I would probably still be saying the same things. There were a lot of things wrong with tonight's game. I mean, going into it, why we started with 2 defensive midfielders is beyond me. We didn't need Flamini and Arteta. We just needed Flamini. Arteta was piss poor tonight. He was absolute garbage. The number of times he gave the ball away, and it hurts me to say that because he's been a great servant to Arsenal in the years he's been at the club. He's probably one of my favourite players, but my God, he was so poor tonight. The number of times he gave the ball away, and you can kind of see why Chelsea hammered us like they did last weekend. To give the ball away that many times is ridiculous. It's beyond a joke, and good quality teams will punish that, and they will score goals against you. And we're lucky at times that they did. That Swansea, they haven't got the quality on their counter attacks to really punish us on the break from balls that we're losing in midfield. But anyway, this was a game that I thought we started all right. We saw Chamberlain start on the right hand side, which I think would really bolster our attack, add a bit more pace into it. I thought Chamberlain, he had a pretty poor game today. He did very little on the ball. He wasn't really exposing the Swansea defence like he has been in previous games. And he really just wasn't on the ball tonight. It was a really off game from him. I'm guessing he still hasn't got the whole incident of the Chelsea game out of his head yet because he just wasn't up to speed. And his poor form kind of resulted in Swansea's first goal. Giving the ball away in the middle of the park, Bonnie took advantage of that, built up a nice steady attack against us. They crossed it in. Vermaelen, I believe that it was his fault for the goal. Totally unmarked Bonnie in the box, allowing him to have a free header. Simple, 1-0 to Swansea. Problems are starting to begin. And we weren't playing bad up until that point. It's just a poorly defended goal that has cost us quite heavily in this game. And after that, we just kind of fell apart, really. We didn't really look like getting back into the game up until half-time. We just looked disinterested. Players kind of looked like they were accepting the defeat in some respects. And Giroud up top offered us absolutely nothing. I thought he played better than he did at the Swansea game, but maybe that's because he's playing an opposition that is more at his level. He was, again, atrocious tonight. He scored, but again, that doesn't accept the way he played this evening. He's just got to get involved. I think, in all fairness, he's played an awful lot of games for us lately. He does need a rest, no doubts about that. I think Sanogo should have started. Credit to him, he did also score a goal as well, but it was put on a plate for him by Podolski. But Giroud, he has to up his game, and if he plays like that against City, he might as well not turn up on the pitch. And if the whole team plays like we have tonight against City at Saturday, we are going to get absolutely slaughtered. And with Everton hot on our tails now, they've got a game in hand over us. They win that, we've still got to go to their place, remember. They're 3 points behind us, and I'm starting to doubt whether we're even going to get 4th at the moment. We have to get our heads in the game. We can't be letting this slip now. I've come to terms with us not winning the league. You could cope with that over the weekend, but what I can't cope with is with us throwing away top 4 after leading the league table for so long. I am massively frustrated at this result this evening because it should have been a win, and we shouldn't have lost like we did at Chelsea. It's just unacceptable in my opinion. Some of the tactics from Wenger this evening weren't good at all. The number of times that we could have been caught on the break from Swansea, it wasn't good enough. And the pressure from Arsenal was dreadful. When we played Chelsea, they had the likes of Schürrle, Hazard, Eto'o, all hunting in packs against us on one player, not giving a single man time on the ball and making us make our own mistakes in that game. No way were we going to do that against Swansea. We just sat back and let him play that game. We have to get his mentality. Wenger has to get his mentality out of his head that we can always play the Arsenal way, because we can't. We just can't. If we do it against City, we're going to get slaughtered. That is just a fact. We've got to analyse the opposition, and we've got to say, look, slow down, take things you know, one step at a time, and we should have played attackingly against Swansea tonight. And why we laid off them and let them play their way of football was just ridiculous. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be having the beating of Swansea. Don't be scared of them. Go at them, player for player. We are, you know, way ahead of Swansea in that respect. But in terms of attitude and attributes, yeah, at times, you can't help but feel some of the Swansea players, they turned over our midfield. Again, the midfield battle was lost tonight. Jonjo Shelvey, absolutely at the heart of everything for Swansea, dominating it. Arteta, Flamini, Rosicky, massively overpowered. Rosicky was the only one that I felt really had any grit and determination, but that was only in the second half. I thought he did very little in the first half. But like I said, relating back to the full 90 minutes itself, half time, 0-0, very lethargic performance from Arsenal. Didn't look like getting back into it. Yeah, we went into the second half. We did look like we had a bit more about us. I think the introduction of Lucas Bolte certainly did that. We had that injection of pace into the side. I think bringing off Chamberlain was the wrong thing to do, because, you know, it kind of slowed our game down a bit. Although Podolski, we did have the added pace of him, and he did bring that in some respects. He was at the heart of both goals, and it was a really great goal to really kick things off. Kieran Gibbs at the start of it. Oh, so much credit has to go to him. Lovely work by him to get around the Swansea defender, crossing it into Podolski on a plate for him, couldn't miss, and then to score again straight after. Lovely run down the wing by Podolski, excellent ball into Giroud on a plate for him. 2-1 up, the game looks done, it looks like we can hold on to it, but oh no, what should we do? Concede a really sloppy goal like we did, let the Swansea guy run at us, and you know, Szczesny parries it onto Flamini and it's in the back of the net. Ridiculous goal to concede. I can accept that, you know, Flamini was in a position where he couldn't do much about the ball going in the back of the net. He couldn't really get out of the way of it. But the way that the Swansea players attacked us shouldn't be happening. We just let them run, backing off them. Ridiculous. And they could have gone 3-2 up right at the end. We're lucky the ref blew when he did, because otherwise we could have been 3-2 down. And Podolski, whilst I'm on the subject of him as well, I know I'm quickly going off topic of him, but no, without a shadow of a doubt, he's got to be in the lineup against City. He's bring something to that team that a lot of the players in there don't have. Giroud, I'm questioning whether he should start in that game, because he's doing nothing up top for us at the moment. We did see Kim Kallstrom today, which is the only positive I could take from this game, and in my opinion, very impressive of him. I wanted to see Arteta drop for him against Man City, because he did an awful lot. He's tracking back, his determination to do something for the team is there, everything's right about him, and you know what is most crucial about him is that he can play the ball forward, and he's good on the set pieces. And whilst we're on the subject of set pieces as well, why do we even have corners or free kicks? I mean, the number of corners we had this evening, we must have had about 10 of them. Nothing comes of everyone. Same goes for set piece. We've got no one that can whip a ball in, and no one that has a desire to get on the end of it. It's pathetic. We might as well not have set pieces. It is a joke. But this is a really disappointing result, and it leaves Everton, even Spurs, United, they kind of look dead and buried at the moment, but Spurs and Everton hot on our tails now. Really got to make sure we don't botch up fourth spot, which is really depressing, because we've led this table for so long, and now to be giving up the ghost now. I know that without all our injuries, we should still be beating Swansea at home despite the injuries. That's what annoys me. You look at the players that went out there, they should be doing better, and loads of them have to up their game for City, because we can't go into that game with the same mentality that we did. I mean, it's always about responding in these kind of games. And now we've got to respond yet again against City. And what happens if we lose there? Do we respond again against Everton? Or what happens if we lose then? Respond again? Oh, I can't believe it, to be honest. We've drawn against Swansea at home, and the manner of which it came. We were a bit unlucky to concede that last-ditch goal, but just I still can't get over how we're not beating Swansea at home. And I'm just massively frustrated that we're out of this title challenge now after leading it for so long. We're like a horse that's been leading it and then giving up at the last furlong. It's ridiculous what's happened. But whilst we're on the subject of, like I was saying, injuries, Ramsey out for another 2 weeks. Is there something that's not being told then? Why is he out for another 2 weeks? We were told they'd be back for the City game. Ridiculous. Anyway, they're my thoughts on the game. Please leave your thoughts in the comments box below. If you have enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV as well as my own channel, A.F.C Game by Game. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.